Good morning, I'm Sunetra Choudhury, National Political Editor of Hindustan Times, bringing you up to speed on Monday, 20th April. First, a look at the numbers. There are now 17,252 people that are infected and 558 people are now dead of COVID infection in the country. That brings me to our top story today, which is the tragic death of a 45-day-old baby at Delhi's Lady Hardinge Medical Hospital, and a 10-month-old has been infected as well. This goes against the entire theory that COVID-19 was less dangerous for children. This particular case, the father of the baby also tested positive on Saturday, but what is really mysterious is that doctors say they don't really know how the baby, who was found with complications and was tested because it had problems breathing soon after the baby was born. Lady Hardinge Hospital, where the fatality happened, has also become a hotspot because 9 staffers have been infected. The second story that we have for you is the analysis that has been done by Hindustan Times on cases and the data that has come from several states. It shows that 2/3 of cases in 10 states, the people who then got infected at the time of testing were asymptomatic, which means they didn't show any signs at all, and that's why they were dangerous and perhaps spreading it to other people as well. So this is a warning sign of why testing needs to be done to people who don't show any symptoms at all, because 2/3 of people who have the virus right now didn't have any symptoms at the time of testing. And if you look at specific states, 65% of Maharashtra's cases at the time of testing had no symptoms. 75% of UP's cases had no symptoms at all. The next story that we have for you is that today, of course, is the day where all districts where they don't have cases, i.e. they're not hotspots, are going to see relaxation of the lockdown. They'll see certain cases, the certain manufacturing units begin as well. Delhi, of course, has said they're not going to relax at all, but Kerala has opened up 10 of its 14 districts because 4 are identified as red zones. That means in Kerala, unlike other parts of the country, they are opening restaurants and hotels as well till about 7 o'clock. The police have told people that they have to maintain strict social distancing. For instance, on scooters or two-wheelers, you can't have any pillion riders. In cars, you can't have more than 3 people. And so everybody's looking at Kerala to see how these relaxed norms work over there. The next story that we have for you is the story of a cemetery in Delhi where those who have died from COVID-19 are being buried. The story is told through the eyes of the supervisor who has till now buried 26 people who were killed because of COVID-19. A separate area has been marked for burying them. In fact, he talks about how even the sons of those who have died from COVID-19 are afraid to carry them to the cemetery. An interesting point that's pointed out that usually those who are buried in the cemetery are buried 3 feet deep, but those who die of COVID-19 have been told to be buried 10 feet deeper. And finally, private planes are usually used by those who are rich or VIPs. Well, in Madhya Pradesh and in Assam, a chartered plane is being pressed into service for ferrying test samples. Madhya Pradesh, for example, has only testing facilities for 1,200 people. And so because it's been hit hard by COVID-19, it wants to ramp up testing, and so this week, they started flying them outside to Delhi, and for that, they've been using the state plane, which is usually used just by the governor and the chief minister. And we've got the story about how many of these test samples are being taken from Indore, from Bhopal, being flown to ICMR in Delhi. Assam, of course, is not using the state plane. They've hired a private plane, and hiring a private plane costs 70,000 to 90,000 rupees per hour. They've been doing this ever since the lockdown because they need emergency supplies, and they've also been going district to district with it. So it's a different and cautious time indeed. Usually these are 6-seaters, but all the seats have been taken out in these urgent times in order to get those essential COVID-19 supplies in. That's all the news for now. You can keep tracking all the news on hindustantimes.com.